How did you become involved in that body slam movie, anyways? Because you weren't an actor, you were a wrestler. Did Piper hand pick you for that role?
That I don't know. I don't know uh, if Piper handpicked me or not. Then again, I'm assuming, I'm just guessing. It all started with Dave Wolf. I don't know if you guys remember the WrestleMania they had. They had Dave Wolf, Cyndi Lauper, Mr. T. All. I just thought they were coming to sing some halftime song or something, or just appearance. But actually, they were part of the show. And I guess after that, they decided Dave Wolf or Dave Wolf decided they wanted to do a first. Is that the first wrestling? I think that was the first wrestling movie, if I'm not mistaken. Good refresh in my mind, and that's how I ended up doing the movie. But I didn't know I was going to become a co-star of the whole movie. You know, I was part. Me and Piper were part of the whole movie, so I didn't know if that was Piper's call to have me on that. The I mean, I know I was in the movie, but I didn't know I was going to be this. I hate this word, to become the star of the show, or the head actors. You can say me and Piper together were the head actors. But yeah, it's either Piper or it could be Dave Wolf, or maybe they. And it's funny because back then I was always against him, and I always see him standing in the opposite corner. So I'm always on this side of the ring, he's always on that side of the ring. And then going to movie, we're side by side, working against other wrestlers, other teams, which was a little weird to me because I was trying to adapt. Here's a guy that used to beat me up and call, all this, and ran the whole angle. I'm assuming this was after the WWE thing, right? Or the WWF. I take that back. When I ran that angle fiber, but yeah, I wish I would know who handpicked me, but I'm just thankful I was part of the movie. I mean, they didn't have to, but there was a lot of other big names there too as well. You know what I mean? Then again, maybe it was the WWF that had something to do with that as well. I was just thankful that I was part of the movie. But a big part, I didn't know. I just thought I'd be sitting out in the just maybe one or two parts, but no, I was the whole movie. I was in the whole movie.
Yeah, and that's actually a great movie for wrestling fans. If any of them haven't seen it, Body Slam. I think you can still order it off of YouTube. They have
Yeah,
it on
yeah.
YouTube Movies. I'm going to imagine your pay for that was better than your wrestling pay.
Oh yes, much better. Yeah, much better. That was a good pay. I think it took us a month. I think it was a month and a half. San Bernardino, I'll never forget. Beautiful weather, beautiful place that we stay out there. And, the good part about it, everybody had their own trailer with their name on. I felt very like a star. I felt special. It was a good feeling. I mean, it was everywhere you turn, you had your name, Tonga Kid, and you had Roddy Piper, and you had Dave Wolf, Cyndi Lauper, and you always you have your own trailer, and you have your own food. And, I mean, it was just fun. It was nothing like wrestling. You go to wrestle, you get everything you got to do. You do it on your own. You go to the dressing room, you got to put your own knee pads on, your own tights. But the movie business, when I was there, is totally different. Everything was, people always were there to help you and fix your hair and your makeup. You don't really have to do anything. Just show up and take your size, your arm, your shirt, your pants, and they go and get the wardrobe. Is that what you call it, Muso? Nick wardrobe, huh? The wardrobe. So it was fun. It really was fun.
Were you there the night and the Barbarians told me about this? He was in that movie too, and I guess he ended up getting arrested one night at the party, I
It
think.
was me and him.
Oh, you were part of that. Okay.
It was me and him. He's talking about the movie Body Slam.
Yeah, he threw somebody through a glass table or something, but I didn't know you were involved in that too.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I was there. I was there with the bar because me and him were actually hanging out in the restaurant. It wasn't. It was a restaurant. It was a bar, but when you go and have dinner, they have like a little lounge there. But yeah, it was at the hotel, right there in the lounge. Me and Barb were having a few drinks and talking and everything. And I guess some guy, I don't know what he did that pissed off Barb, And I come back from the restroom and I seen Barb. I just seen the commotion. I didn't see him put no one through the table or whatever. All I seen was the commotion. And what I mean by that is when I got in, there's like cops everywhere, man. I mean, it almost looked like a SWAT team, It probably was a SWAT team. I had a few drinks anyway, so I wasn't really tripping. I didn't think they were going to take them, or I didn't think anything. All I remember is that I'll put the rest of my remember it. And they sprayed him with mace, everything. You can imagine. He didn't budge. If anything, he went like this. Ah! You know what I mean? He's like opening his mouth and everything. I mean, he could. Nobody can control him except his wife. They got a hold of his wife. That was it. Barb. That was it. Hey, look, never ashamed. I have a wife too as well, man. So when they say something, you got to respect that. I think Barb had a lot of respect for his wife, and I do the same too. If my wife came, I have a lot of respect for my wife. So that's the only one that helped them. The police were so happy because they couldn't control Barb. I mean, you hit somebody with mace. If I'm not mistaken, I think they went to try to grab him underneath his, his groin area and to try to yank him. He didn't budge with that either. I mean, he was like, But yeah, he must have brought the whole SWAT team up there from California up there to the bar. But I do remember them hauling him off and putting him in the big one of those big trucks. And I guess they got a hold of his wife, and that was it. And yeah.
There's a fan on here that wants to know the craziest night out when you were with WWF. That had to have been one of them.
Yes.
Is there anything that beat that?
Most definitely. No. That's the one. That's the number one right there.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.